It took an embarrassing amount of time to get up this ledge. Hey everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. In the last episode, we went around Colony Tau and the region attempted to help people out with their problems. However though, this episode, we have a lot of things to go through. Some good, some bad. But we'll get to that when we do. We are going to be continuing helping out Colony Tau, but there are some things that we need to address, both in the game's design and also in its mechanics, because there are some issues here. So let's talk about it as we help out the town. Foraging is such a hassle, and my least hit part is having to give away perfectly edible food. But that's enough whinging for me. Here's a man to gather, do with what you will. Glare aubergines. Buddy, you have no idea what you've set in motion. But hey, let's continue on.
Are you gonna help us? It's hard work, but what can you do? It's the way we've always done things. Here's what I managed to scrape together. Don't give it to Rowlin, whatever they do. He'll only eat it.
Yay! Now here's the thing I'm going to do. I'm going to be careful not to get to 50, because I'm going to hold my hands up in here. Off screen, we have been kind of grinding for the specific materials for, I don't know, let's say an hour. An hour and a half, give or take. And it's been laborious, it's been tedious, it's been frustrating, it's been aggravating, but you get the gist. However, that's not the reason why I'm kind of signing off on a negative note. Let me explain. Collecting things in a JRPG? Oh, it's been a thing as tale as old as time. Collecting certain items and collecting them from monsters in Xenoblade? Of course, that's been a thing from the very beginning. Sometimes quests have a lot of things to get. Sometimes they have a rare one thing to get. Looking at you, Serious Anemone. Looking at you, Black Liver Bean. Looking at you, Rainbow Slug. And God help you, I hope you go to hell, Juju. But I digress. You get the point. Wanna know why this tickles me so much? Why this kind of, I don't know, ruffles my feathers a little bit. It buckles my britches. You get the point. Okay. So, in case you guys don't know, and in case you guys have not got to this particular side quest yet, for whatever reason, you know, everyone's different, here's what you have to get. We have to get glare aubergines, 50 of them. We've also had to get 50 shiny roses, 50 of another thing, and then another thing. So overall, you are getting 200 collectibles on a map in which is, quite honestly, pretty big, pretty cool to look at, but not the most simplistic to get around. Not to mention, there is no way that you can go from point A to point B at the end of the map in one go and get everything in one foul swoop. It is impossible. These things spawn at different locations, varying rarities, and so you are going to have to do a few resets to say the least.
Twin Palm Isle.
Yeah. So, and here's the reason why it irks me so. I'm going to hold my hands up and say, after about the hour and a half mark of literally going back and forth, I'm not going to lie, I got burnt out. This is the first time in this particular game that I think, okay, this side quest is taking the piss. Way too much. Not a problem at all, but man, I cannot take no more. So, thankfully, the Xenoblade community, well, I researched the side quest a little bit, and do you know what the different paths result in?
Turk aggression.
Yeah. Basically, if you get all the food for the Turkins, these level 35, 36's nuisances, they don't bother you. They continue as normal. However though, if you break up the alliance, then they are aggressive. Can I ask, why in the hell, A, would you come back to this particular route? on your own accord unless you've killed the unique monster like I have. Why would you have a necessity to come back here? And B, why can't you just either run through them like we've done a lot of other monsters? Or just attack them and take them out in one go? Because, oh my god, if the Turkins like somehow summoned a dragon, then yeah, sure, maybe I wanted to avoid it. But what if I did it and the Turkins gave me a super secret ultra equipment item? You know, or got a Turkin for a hero. That'd be a cool bonus, for sure. But just having an enemy not strike you, it's too much of an ask, to put it bluntly.
I think it would have been cool if you had kept the alliance. The Turkins would have started their own colony and we would be able to do side quests with the Turkins.
Yeah, it would have been nice. It's having like a nice community, you know? If the flaming dragons could be a thing in Xenoblade 2. So, we spoke about how we wanted Colony Tau to have a new start, new way of thinking. You know what? Screw these guys. I want Juniper to be the king or queen of the jungle.
We're thinking of ending our food offerings.
What? Princess! Princess Cra!
Why'd you call for me so loud?
Humans cancel contract! Alliance is dead! Scandal! Infamy!
What this? What this? Now we have no some foods to eat.
You could always forage for yourselves. You'll never make anything of yourself by relying on people to feed you.
Quit! Quiet! Nobody asked for human logic. Talk again and you know talk no more. I call for my darling if you come at this outrage. Darling! Darling, quick!
I hear all what happened. What is going on? Humans, fear my cleverness. I have cunning plan. Spoken like a true genius. We keep away starving by eat you.
Such geniosity. More like idiosity.
We offer your meats to his highness, and he be so pleased he finally approve of our mateship. Grah. Now it's time to make you into meats. Grah.
I don't,
Cra!
Get ready.
Sorry, it was you or us, and sorry Turkins, I just don't have 2 or 3 hours of spare time, especially in a JRPG.
This is a way to get revenge for them stealing our food back then.
Exactly, you brought this upon yourselves, and now you unfortunately have to die. On the day of my daughter's wedding, you decide to break the alliance. Well, here's my rebuttal. Mafia Turkin King. You started it. Yes, I know. I act on that logic. Faux pas. Juniper has a right to peace for Colony Tau. New start, in the beginning, we are not beholden to bird brains.
Cra! You humans pretty strong.
Humans are a monster for using violence. Hang on, you're the ones who attacked us. I not forget your faces. Next time I goggle you, I tell Papa and he peck you to tiny pieces. I don't have any quarrel with you. Quiet! You leave now.
Juniper, the alliance is broken. We should go.
Yeah, okay. Stupid! Stupid!
I can't stand any more of these feather brains. You and me both. The Colony Tau alliance has been dissolved. So you should anticipate their hostility when you travel through Magna Wildwood.
So that's how they're doing.
Okay, fair enough. You know how we went here before and we killed the big bad boss of the place? In fact, look, here's his tombstone. Why in the hell are we troubled with these guys? I repeat, why are we troubled by these guys? This is of little consequence for us. Like, it would be kind of cool if they auto-attacked you regardless of what level. Yeah, sure, it's a little bit of a risk, but you get the point. Either way, the Turkins are screwed and Juniper will now rule the jungle. But for now, back to Conley Tao, because I have something I honestly want to say. And it is regarding... Because this episode so far has been regarding as food. Isn't like what to keep, who to give it to, you know, or who deserves it most. Apparently in this game, it means nothing! Nothing! Nothing at all! In fact, it only makes me hate Tim Papa a little bit more. How? Well, at the time of recording, which is the 31st of August, yes, I know it's been a while. Bite us. At the time of this recording, it's been researched by a lot of Xenoblade players. And you know what? Juniper, I'm sorry, but can we have a moment with our Nopon friends, please? Thank you. Manana, you have some explaining to do. According to various research, your food does jack! Yeah. You know those bonuses you get? Like, oh, 5% EXP, 5% more enemy drops or whatnot? No, apparently that doesn't work.
Not at all.
No, not at all. People have tested rigorously online, and no, Manana's fucking effects do nothing. It has been debated on whether it's just her campsite cooking compared to the canteen, but for a lot of the research, again, at the point of this recording, it is not a thing. Like, the effects do next to nothing. So, I do not know what's going on. Now, granted, it could be patched, it could be fixed, but as of right now, for classic players like myself, this is pretty much the equivalent of what the heavy balls and feather balls were back in Pokemon Silver and Gold, in which, you know, the effects in which you have a better chance of doing this if you have this item. No, the code just doesn't work. So, Manana... We enjoyed Tim Papa's rigorous criticism, his jerkish side quests, and his jerkish jerkiness. Yes, I'm going to call it that. For nothing! Because cooking is apparently non-existent. It's imaginary. It doesn't exist.
I mean, I'm not fussed, because, like, in Xenoblade 2, you could get bonuses for recharge, for chain attacks, for blade specials. It was really useful, but, like, a boost in EXP? It's like... Okay, that's alright, I guess.
Yeah, It also goes the same with the money as well. Like, we have next to no use of money here. Like, what do we do when we arrive in town? We buy things from the random shop, A for the affinity boost, and B for kind of obligation at this point.
I mean, I suppose if we have excess money, we could just blow it on those fabricator things.
I suppose so, and get EXP items that way. But man, I'm just aghast. And I'm not going to go into a deep dive into why this is a thing, because we kind of speculated about this during our pre-release stuff. Either way, I'll just say this is why it's always a bad thing when release days get pushed forward instead of pushed back. It normally doesn't equate to good things. But I digress.
Hey now, what's that? I think we could slide down that thing.
I mean, I'll say one thing. I still love this game to high heaven, and it is my favorite game of the year so far, and probably will be, you know, going forward. But man, the side quests in which we just did,
Gotta watch where we're going.
I do not know what Monolith were thinking. Like, I do not know. It doesn't
Like this?
alleviate too much. It doesn't give a massive boon.
Have it. All right. sneak a peek.
I'm so amped up. I'm just gonna fight this. I'm gonna fight Marco. Sorry, Val. Polo's not gonna be there to find you.
He has a sword.
Heh. I'm just hitting you with my claws. Sorry, pal. You're gonna die. Unless you're somehow gonna become a swamp marsh, you mean nothing to me. Shimmering my arse. It's night time. I see no sparkles. I see no glowing.
Yeah.
Break you down and kill you dead.
He's not gonna use a sword now that I mentioned it.
Nope. It's kind of like Ganondorf in the first few games. Well, I would love to see it, but the bloom effects said no.
We're just getting warmed up.
Boom. Thank you very much. Well, that's one more unique monster in the Swanee. And here's more souls to send off.
Be at rest.
It's then when you have to realize that probably the majority of these things got killed by a little Papito.
We've never been here before.
Arrived in the cavern with just one treasure.
What are you hiding, little guy?
Oh, I see. Well, I now know why the soldiers died. You have a nice day. You're
Not
not.
even by Mechon, just some monsters in a cave.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan, where you show up. I'm always here, mate. You know why? 'Cause it's bloody Ron time, mother trucker.
And it's a cave full of spiders.
Uh-huh.
Like this?
Is there any tiny holes in which web comes down and takes us to level 90 hell? Who knows? Either way, there's the ladder. Let's go down. And move on. And break our legs. You know, that jump scare would have been nice if there weren't already arachnos down here.
I hate the waiting part.
Bye guys! Enjoy the arachnos! I'm hanging out with Tyon. Sorry, Noah. You know, times change and people change.
I thought it was Noah at first because Tyon's wearing Noah's jacket. It's like, hey Mio, it's just us two in here.
Hello, yes, Mio, it is I, definitely Noah. Of course it is I, Noah. I have Noah's jacket, ergo I be Noah. Just him trying to be Noah. What is up, Mio? Would you like to go somewhere? That's Mio's response. That's Mio's response right there.
Plot twist, Tyon's gonna be the one friend zoned in this game.
Oh my god. I mean, if we're just going on Ouroboros interlink, so he's got uni. Yeah, he's got no chance.
Yeah.
Dare I say his chances have been snuffed out? There are no sparks between them.
Yeah, before things got in depth with the Ouroboros, I thought that because like Uni is Noah's childhood friend, and you know how childhood friends are. Like with Mio there, it's like tensions are gonna be high, but nope. With the Ouroboros now thing, I don't see that happening.
I mean, here's the thing this is about, and it's one of the subtle things I love about Xenoblade 3. It definitely, in some ways, goes against that trope. Because what are childhood friends mostly known for? They're either the generic love interest, or they're for emotional fodder. Like, oh hey, emotional friend in which I've known from childhood, first hour of the game, dead.
Either that or they turn against you.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Yorin.
But hey, look, Xenoblade 3 ain't done that. They've learned from not just themselves, but from past genres either way. And I think, you know, they've learned, but they still have... This game is definitely not perfect by any means.
No game is.
No. And besides, it all depends on your perspective, your preferences, you know, all that jazz. But even then, even if you aren't like a big fan of the game, you know what you shouldn't do? You shouldn't just casually put out spoilers. You know, that thing. Either way, we have a lot of conversation to go on to. Oh lord. Conversation camps are gonna be busy.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a lot of stings for this. A lot of segues. A lot of different intros. And I've missed a jump. Curses! Curse you thing I missed.
It's just as awkward as Colony 9 trying to get to the other side of the Pharaonis.
Yeah, you ain't wrong about that one.
Everyone, over here. If we pool our strength, we should be able to manage somehow.
With all our strength combined, we can open a door and break in.
Here we go.
I'm dressed as Izzard, so therefore this is mine.
What are you hiding, little guy?
Right, but I think though guys, with that said, I think it's a good place to end off here. Sorry, we just had to get this video out because there was a lot we needed to go over, a lot we needed to discuss, and I didn't want that side quest to take up too much of our time. But, that said, thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, then please be sure to like it. And of course, if you want to follow us on this Xenoblade Chronicles 3 journey, then by all means subscribe to see more. And we'll see you next time. What will we be doing? Definitely not collecting food for Turkins, I can assure you of that. But until then, cheers for watching, loves, and see you soon. You didn't unlock yet, god dang it! See you next time.